Welcome to the Center for Communication Excellence at the Iowa State University Graduate College. This video is part of the Thesis Dissertation Formatting Tutorial Series. In this video, I will explain how to troubleshoot bookmark problems in your thesis or dissertation. Bookmark problems may affect your table of contents, list of tables, list of figures, and in-text cross-references to content in your document. Bookmarks are a kind of navigational link that allows readers of electronic texts to quickly navigate to different parts of the text. The self-populating tables of contents in the Iowa State University Graduate College's thesis dissertation templates for Word use bookmarks to replicate heading text and page numbers. Likewise, the list of tables and list of figures use them to generate caption text and page numbers, provided that you create your captions using the method described in Thesis and Dissertation Tutorial Part 4, Captioning Your Tables and Figures. Although bookmarks are a wonderful tool to save time and ensure that your document contains accurate cross-references with a professional appearance, they can create problems when they don't work properly. This tutorial addresses two common types of problems with bookmarks. The first is a broken reference. The second is a reference that reproduces unwanted content somewhere in the document that it doesn't belong. Throughout this tutorial, I am going to use the navigation pane to quickly navigate to various parts of my file. To open the navigation pane, open the View ribbon and click the box for Navigation pane. On a Mac, select the bullet list icon to see a list of headings in your file. When a reference breaks, you will see the following text in your document. Error, bookmark not defined. This message often appears in the table of contents, list of tables, or list of figures. It can also appear in place of an in-text cross-reference. When you see this message, it means that there is a reference to a bookmark that is not present in your document. Some reasons this might occur are deleting content from the document, pasting text from another file into the document, cutting and pasting a caption from one part of the document to another. The first thing to do if you see the error bookmark not defined message is to figure out what the text should say. If the message is in the table of contents, it will be in the page number column, so you can simply look at the heading on the same line. The list of tables and list of figures may contain the error message in the caption column or the page number column, so it may be harder to figure out what the reference originally pointed to. You can look at the working references above and below the broken reference to estimate where in the document the broken bookmarks are. If the broken references point to content that you have deleted, the way to fix them in the table of contents, list of tables, and list of figures is to right-click on the list and select Update Field, then select Entire Table. If the heading, table, or figure is no longer in the file, then the table update should remove the broken reference. Updating the tables in the preliminary pages does not solve the problem if the content is still in the file, however. Worse, it can mask the problem by deleting a reference that truly does need to be in the table or list. If the broken reference points to a heading, go to that location in the file. Select the heading text. Then click the appropriate heading style for the selected text. In this demonstration, I am using heading 2. Now go back and update the table of contents to make sure the broken reference is fixed. If the broken reference points to a caption, go to the affected table or figure. Select the descriptive portion of the caption, everything but the label and number, and copy it to the clipboard. Then insert a new caption and paste the copied text into the caption dialog. If you have formatted text, such as bold, italics, and superscripts, you may have to reapply those attributes. Once you have generated the new caption, delete the old one. Then update the appropriate list again to see if the problem is resolved. It's a good idea to check for broken references throughout your whole document before submitting it for publication. The best way is to select all the text in the entire document by pressing Ctrl+A, Command+A on a Mac, and then pressing F9 or Fn+F9 on a Mac. This updates all the fields in the document from beginning to end. Press F9 again to ensure that the preliminary pages reflect any updates you may have just made in the rest of the document. Now, use Ctrl+F, Command+F on a Mac, or use the Search document field in the navigation pane to search for error with an exclamation point. This will show you anywhere in your document where you have a broken reference. Another problem that can occur with bookmarks is the duplication of content in the wrong part of the file. You may notice, for example, an entire figure appearing in your list of figures, or multiple line breaks appearing before a cross-reference in a body paragraph. To understand why this occurs and how to fix it, it helps to know about hidden bookmarks and where they come from. Here, you can see that after I updated my list of figures, Word inserted an entire figure into the list, not just the caption. Now, you can just use the keyboard to delete random junk from the list of figures, but because this field self-updates, it could easily get reinserted when you do things like generate a PDF file from the Word file. To ensure the issue is permanently fixed, you need to fix the bookmark. When an actual figure is showing up in the list of figures, it is there because the figure caption is in the same paragraph as the figure. Navigate to where that figure is in the document. Turn on Show Hide by clicking the backwards P paragraph symbol in the Home ribbon. Look to the right of the image. You may see nothing, or you may see a line break, which looks like an arrow with a bend in it. The line break symbol indicates a soft return, which causes the text to start on a new line while being grouped in the same paragraph as the content above it. For the list of figures, Word includes the whole paragraph in the bookmark, causing it to reproduce an image within the list. To fix this, all you need to do is place the cursor to the right of the image or to the left of the word figure and press Enter. Return to the list of figures and update the field to ensure the problem is corrected. Some sophisticated users may create their own bookmarks using the Insert Bookmark function in Word. Another way to create a bookmark is by inserting a cross-reference on the References ribbon. When you insert a cross-reference, Word creates a hidden bookmark over the referenced item, which is usually a figure or table caption or a heading.
It is possible for these hidden bookmarks to cause unwanted extra content to appear in the part of the document where the cross-reference is. For regular bookmarks, you can use the Advanced Options menu to show where the boundaries are. However, for hidden bookmarks, it is more difficult.
Start by going to where the cross-reference is in the text. Place your cursor over the cross-reference, right-click, and select Toggle Field Codes. Now you can see the code for the cross-reference, which includes the name of the hidden bookmark created by Word. Hidden bookmarks have names like REF followed by a string of digits, or TOC followed by a string of digits. Next, open the Insert ribbon and click Bookmark. If the list doesn't seem long enough, check and uncheck the Hidden Bookmarks box once or twice. In the list, find the bookmark for the cross-reference that is not working properly. In this case, I want to see REF 113866916. Click Go To. If you don't see any text selected, click Go To again until you see a selection. Do you notice that the selected text includes the image and the blank paragraphs above the actual figure caption? That's because this content was inserted into the document at some point after the cross-reference was generated. The inserted content was placed within the invisible boundaries of the hidden bookmark and then was duplicated as part of the cross-reference when the cross-reference was updated. To correct this, in the Insert Bookmark menu, select the malfunctioning bookmark and click Delete. If you now update the field, it will throw an error bookmark not defined message. Go to the References menu and click Cross-Reference, and then create a new cross-reference to the figure caption. Word will now generate a brand new hidden bookmark that includes only the desired text. Once you are satisfied that the cross-reference is working properly, be sure to review the file to make sure that the field codes are not showing. If this approach doesn't work, you can try deleting the entire cross-reference plus some text to the left and right of it, then reinserting a new cross-reference. Remember, if you get frustrated or stuck, you can always schedule an individual consultation with a CCE Thesis Dissertation format check consultant. They may know a trick or workaround that could help. This is the end of the Troubleshooting Bookmark Problems tutorial. Please view other available video tutorials to learn more about formatting your thesis or dissertation using the Word template.